Now we have to see the theorem of parallel axis. So first we see what is parallel axis. So consider this is rigid body rotating about an axis, original axis, passing through center of mass, that is C. Means this point C is a center of mass, and this body is rotating about this axis passing through center of mass, and its moment of inertia is represented by IC. Now we take any other point other than this C. Suppose that point is O. This point is O and it is separated at a distance h from the center of mass. Now second axis of rotation passing through O is this, and the moment of inertia of this body about this axis passing through point O is IO. M be the mass of the body. Now we have to prove the theorem of parallel axis. So what is the statement of parallel axis? The moment of inertia of this body about an axis passing through center of mass C is IC. This is fixed. Now the unknown moment of inertia of this body about an unknown axis passing through any point O is IO. So it is states that the moment of inertia of this body about an axis, about any axis passing through this point O is equal to the sum of the moment of inertia of a body about given axis parallel to this axis. Means this axis is parallel to this. The moment of inertia of a body about given axis parallel to this axis. Now which axis is parallel to this axis? That is IC. And moment of inertia of this body about this axis is IC. So sum of the moment of inertia of a body about parallel axis to this axis is IC, and the product of mass of body, that is capital M, and the square of the distance between the two parallel axes. Now what is the distance between two parallel axes? H, and its square is h square. Means IO is equal to IC plus MH square. This statement is stated as the moment of inertia of a body about any axis is equal to the sum of its MI about axis parallel to given axis and passing through center of mass. And number 2, the product of the mass of object and the square of the distance between two parallel axes, that is IO is equal to IC plus MH square. Now here we have to prove this theorem of parallel axis. So we consider a rigid body of mass M rotating about an axis passing through O. Let C be the center of mass, M be the mass of the body, H be the distance between the two parallel axes, IO and IC be the moment of inertia about an axis passing through point O and C respectively. Now we consider small element P. This small element P of mass dm at distance OP and CP. Now join OP and CP. OP and CP ला join केलं and draw the perpendicular PQ to extended OC. OC ला extend करा Q पर्यंत आणि P वरून perpendicular draw करा. हा perpendicular draw केला. आता ह्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला दोन राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल मिळाले, एक OQP आणि दुसरा CQP मिळाले. आता आपण ट्रायंगल OQP मध्ये पाहू. फ्रॉम फिगर आपण जे कन्स्ट्रक्शन घेतलेलं आहे, जे कन्स्ट्रक्शन लिहिलेलं आहे ते कन्स्ट्रक्शन बोर्डवरती लिहित नाहीये, डायरेक्ट प्रूफ वरती जातो. तुम्हाला नोट्स घ्यायचे तर एक्सप्लेन करत असताना जे वर्डिंग आलेले आहे ते वर्डिंग तुम्ही तुमच्या नोटबुक मध्ये कॉपी मध्ये लिहून घ्यायचे, म्हणजे ते तुमचे नोट्स होतील. फ्रॉम फिगर in triangle OQP. This OQP. By Pythagoras theorem, OP square is equal to OQ square plus QP square. But OQ is nothing but OC plus CQ. OQ is nothing but OC plus CQ whole square plus QP square. And therefore OP square equal to OC square plus twice OC into CQ plus CQ square and plus this QP square. But this sum CQ square plus QP square, CQ square plus QP square is equal to CP square, and therefore this can be written as OP square is equal to OC square plus twice OC into CQ plus CP square. This is equation 1. This is formula for OP square. Now we use the definitions of moment of inertia. So by definition of moment of inertia, by definition, the moment of inertia of element P about an axis passing through O is IO is equal to integrating dm. And what is the distance of P from O? OP square. And IC is equal to integrating dm into CP square. Now put the value of equation 1 in IO. Put value of 1 in IO, and the value of, after putting this IO is equal to integrating dm into OP square is nothing but OC square plus twice OC into CP CQ plus CP square. Now taking integrating OC square into dm plus twice OC into integrating CQ into dm plus integrating CP square into dm. This CP square into dm. Now OC square taking common, or OC square taking out, integrating dm plus twice OC integrating CQ dm plus integrating CP square dm. This I. Now put, but OC is equal to H. Integrating dm is equal to capital M. Integration of dm is capital M. And integrating CQ into dm is 0, because CQ is along the axis OC or on the line OC, and therefore its integration is 0. And integrating CP square dm is equal to IC. This is from this IC is equal to integrating dm CP square, means dm into CP square is equal to IC. After putting these values, we can write IO is equal to OC square is H square, integration dm is equal to M plus twice OC means twice H, but this integration is 0 and therefore 0, and the value of this is IC, therefore this is IC. So we can write IO is equal to IC plus MH square, and hence prove this is nothing but the theorem of parallel axis. Next topic we see the theorem of perpendicular axis. So what is theorem of perpendicular axis? We explain after this. Now we see the theorem of perpendicular axis. So what is theorem of perpendicular axis and what is the statement of this? This theorem of perpendicular axis states that the mi of plane lamina means this is plane lamina. The moment of inertia of plane lamina about an axis perpendicular to its plane, that is z axis, which is perpendicular to the plane of the lamina, means moment of inertia of plane lamina about an axis perpendicular to plane, that is z axis iz, is equal to the sum of its moment of inertia about two mutually perpendicular axes. Now two mutually perpendicular axes means x axis and y axis, and the moment of inertia about these two axes is ix and iy, is equal to the sum of its mi about two mutually perpendicular axes in the plane of the lamina and intersecting at the point where perpendicular axis cuts the lamina. These two perpendicular axes cuts the lamina at point O, and third axis, that is z axis, is perpendicular to the lamina and passing through this common point O. Then the moment of inertia about z axis iz is equal to sum of moment of inertia about x axis and y axis, that is ix and iy. Therefore we can write iz is equal to rx plus iy. This is nothing but the statement of theorem of parallel axis. So we have to derive, or here we have to prove. So proof is equal to, consider a plane lamina rotating about perpendicular axis to its plane. Let OX and OY be two mutually perpendicular axes. OZ be the axis passing through the point of intersection of OX and OY and perpendicular to the plane of the lamina. Let Ix, Iy and Iz be the moment of inertia about an axis x, y and z. Now consider small element at point P of mass dm at a distance r from the point O. Now join Pm and Pn, which are perpendicular on x-axis and y-axis. Means Pm is perpendicular on x-axis, Pn is perpendicular on y-axis. Let On is equal to Pm is equal to y and On equal to Pn is equal to x. So from figure in triangle OPN, angle L is 90 degree. Therefore OP square is equal to ON square plus PN square. ON square is equal to PN square. But from figure, this ON square is nothing but PM square. ON square is nothing but PM square, and that is Pn, second is Pn square, means Pn square plus Pn square. Since On is equal to Pm, this is. Now by the definition of moment of inertia of small element about x-axis is Ix is equal to Pm into Pm square into Dm, and moment of inertia about z-axis is Pn square into Dm. So by definition of Mi, moment of inertia of element Ix about x-axis is equal to, what is the distance of particle P from the x-axis? This is x-axis. Now what is distance of this P from x-axis? This Pm. So we can write Pm square into Dm, and y is equal to distance of particle P from y-axis is Pn. So Pn square into Dm, and Iz, that is moment of inertia of element about z-axis. What is the distance of particle P from the z-axis? That is OP square into Dm. Now put the value of equation equation 1 or OP square, in equation of IZ, put value of OP square in equation of IZ. Therefore IZ is equal to integrating OP square means PM square plus PN square dm. Taking separate, integrating PM square dm plus integrating PN square dm. But this integrating PM square dm, this PM square dm is nothing but Ix, and that PN square dm means this PN square dm, this PN square dm is equal to Iy. So Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Suppose we give equation number 1, 2, 3 and this becomes suppose 4. So from 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 4, this Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy, and this is nothing but the theorem of perpendicular axis.